OpenDime is a USB device which simply enables you to store Bitcoin or Litecoin and pass it along multiple times from one person to another. And unlike paper wallets of any sort, the private key is always kept a secret. And that is actually the strongest selling point of OpenDime. You do not have to trust anyone. You can verify that Bitcoin Stick has the amount of Bitcoins it says at any given moment without compromising the private keys. The company behind OpenDime is called CoinKite. Their founder, Rodolfo Novak, is a well-known figure in the crypto community who's been working on different Bitcoin software and web projects since 2012. CoinKite came up with the idea, a PCB which generates the private key internally on a device memory without anyone ever knowing it. The private key is always hidden and can be revealed only when a device is physically damaged. Think of OpenDime as a cypherpunk piggy bank. You can add as many coins as you like into it, but like almost any piggy bank, in order to get funds from it, you have to break it. With that in mind, let's take a look what's inside the OpenDime package. I paid around $37 for my 3-pack of OpenDimes, and there is no way to buy just one OpenDime. You have to buy at least three of these devices in this package. That means that one unit costs around $12.50. Although this may seem like a high price to pay, the cost of the unit can be easily depreciated if you actually transact with it and use it for person-to-person transactions. As you can see, OpenDimes are packed into a single Ziploc bag with a sticker and simple instruction leaflet. The instructions themselves are quite to the point, which I very much like. So let's get started with the OpenDime. The process itself is very simple. You have to plug the OpenDime inside your PC, open index.htm file and follow the steps from there. Next, when you open index.htm file in the browser, you will be asked to agree with the terms of service. The pop-up warning is displayed in several languages. Always make sure to read the instructions yourself and get to know the device better before doing anything like generating your private key. So the next step is to create a private key. This process is very user-friendly and easy. During this process, OpenDime does not have control over the private key, nor do you. The private key will be randomly generated inside the device's microchip using random entropy you add to the device memory. And the best part, it does not require an internet access to do so. You can add any sort of file to a device to start the random entropy, but it is highly recommended that you use files only you have yourself, such as some random photos you've taken. Bear in mind that it has to be at least 256 kilobytes of data. To generate a private key, simply use 2 images and copy them onto a device. And once you add those random files, you will get a message that the device is ejected. Unplug the OpenDime and plug it in again. As you can see, there are a lot of differences between the new and the sealed unit of OpenDime. The OpenDime will now flash green when plugged into a PC. This entire process is very intuitive. There are so many signals that indicate the device is no longer new and now has a private key. Once you have your private key, you will have your public Bitcoin address, which you can use to add funds to your piggy bank or OpenDime. This address is visible to everyone, including yourself. Before I show you how to add funds to your OpenDime, I would like to talk a little bit about the ways in which you can verify that this device is genuine. There are several ways in which you can verify the OpenDime. Each of these ways provides different protection layer. Easiest method of verification is simply to open index.htm. This method is quick and works out of the box. However, it only checks for the Bitcoin or Litecoin signed message and verifies that the device knows private key which corresponds to your public address. A bit more advanced method is verification via Google Chrome plugin. It is easiest and most user-friendly way, which checks both Bitcoin signed address and also anti-counterfeit factory chip. You only have to install the extension, but it only works for the iOS at the moment of recording this video. I tried it both on Windows and Linux and it did not work for me. That is why I had to try a bit advanced method through Python verification. This verification can be done both online and offline, and it verifies the device for both Bitcoin signed address and also makes sure that your device is genuine. I will talk about OpenDime verification in another video, but if you want to read more about it, I will put a link to an article I wrote which guides you step by step how to verify your OpenDime. And now, let's finally add some Bitcoins on our device. As mentioned, you can find the public Bitcoin address for your OpenDime inside the folder. It can be found as text or a QR code in JPEG image format. You simply either need to copy-paste this address or scan a QR code from the folder. Make sure to always double-check that the address is correct, then confirm the payment. Shortly after the payment has been sent, you will be able to see a transaction on a Bitcoin network. And that's all. Your OpenDime went from an empty piggy bank into an item with verifiable value. You can now exchange it for goods and use it simply as a cash payment. Since all of these transactions will be happening off-chain, there will be no confirmations or the mining fees. The participants of the transactions are verifying OpenDime and its value instead of the miners, and that can be done infinite amount of times. The private key during this process always remains sealed, and neither you nor anyone else will know it until the device is unsealed, and that I will demonstrate next. Let's unseal our OpenDime. Once you're ready to spend Bitcoin from your piggy bank, you have to break it, and once you do that, there is no way back. To unseal your OpenDime, use a pin or a needle and push strongly to the marked hole on the PCB. You first need to pierce through the glue, and then by pushing, you'll push out the resistor. By doing so, you're making a permanent physical change to your device, which reveals your private key. This is probably the most amazing feature of the device. By doing a permanent change, you can't cheat in a transaction because you broke the chain of trust. The device will now flash red once inserted into a PC or powered to a power bank on mobile phone, very visibly signaling that the private key is no longer secret and that it has been revealed. This is at the same time the biggest risk of this device. It means that in order to get the Bitcoin out of it, you'll have to reveal the private key to your PC, which can be a security risk because you fully have to trust the PC and its security. In order to spend the money out of the unsealed OpenDime, you will have to import the private keys into your wallet. Please, when inserting an unsealed device into your PC, make sure to disconnect from the internet. Depending on your mobile or desktop wallet, you just need to import the private keys either manually or by scanning the QR code. The wallet in which you'll be importing the keys needs to support the WIF format. The wallet I used is Samurai Wallet, and I was just able to load the funds into my mobile phone by scanning the QR code. Let's see how Samurai Wallet and OpenDime work together. At the time of making this video, there is only an Android version of the Samurai Wallet. You'll need an OTG compatible Android phone and OTG cable or an adapter. This cable is pretty cheap. I purchased mine locally for around $3. Once you configured your Samurai Wallet, plug in the OTG cable and OpenDime in the USB slot. You'll see the pop-up prompting you to open the Bitcoin Wallet app, and once you open it, you'll see the confirmed balance and the private key verification. If you insert a sealed unit of all OpenDime, you'll not see the status and the private key verification. For now, with this app, you can use your mobile phone to check the status of OpenDime and Bitcoin address signature. This is a great progress and it makes the entire transactions from one hand to another much easier. In my humble opinion, there is still a lot of room to improve the usability of a mobile app, and hopefully we will see an OpenDime dedicated app with more features and possibly more advanced security checkups and the ability to create private key on your mobile phone. You will also need an internet connection to use the Samurai Wallet, just to mention it. Now that I pretty much covered everything about this cypherpunk device, here is my personal opinion on advantages and limitations of it. Payments with OpenDime are instant, physical and off-chain, easily verifiable. The device is very well built and durable, and it can last quite a long time. The biggest advantage is that the private key is securely stored and unknown to anyone. It is a perfect way of giving someone Bitcoin. The project is open source and the concept is also very innovative. I also had great experience with their customer support. However, some of the limitations are that the device is not reusable, there is no way to recover the key onto a device, and probably the biggest one is that the private key has to be revealed to a PC if you want to get funds out of the OpenDime. Currently, there are two versions of OpenDime, Bitcoin and Litecoin. So my overall experience with OpenDime was very good. I feel very comfortable recommending it. It is a very well built device, extremely well supported and innovative, coming from a reputable company which has been working on a cool Bitcoin projects for years now. There is still a room to innovate and improve, and I'm looking forward to another OpenDime version. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful. If you would like to read the article I wrote and the entire review of OpenTime, please check the link in the description of this video, where you can also check the more advanced method of verifying the OpenTime. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And if you're an existing OpenTime user, please tell me what you think about it and how it works for you. Thank you very much for watching.